My twin sister and I have been living each other's lives since childhood. We shared everything, names, clothes, even friends. But I began to notice that my sister had changed. I had a crush on someone, and my sister, knowing how I felt, confessed to him behind my back. My heart shattered, and I cried. I slashed my face with a knife, telling my sister to never steal my life again. My sister was terrified. Maybe out of guilt, she picked up the knife and slashed her face in the same spot. In a moment of weakness, I forgave her, but I had no idea that was just the beginning. Soon after, I forgot about my first love and started dating a new guy, Jesse. At our graduation dinner, Jesse and I were having a romantic moment in the church. Suddenly, a loud bang interrupted our sweet time. Fire, shit, there's a fire. By the time we came to our senses, the church was engulfed in flames. Jesse wanted to pull me out, but he saw a homeless man on the second floor and told me to go first while he tried to save him. I barely escaped the church and ran into my sister. She said we had to run for our lives and dragged me away. Still shaken, I called Jesse dozens of times, but he disappeared without a trace. I thought Jesse had perished in the fire, and I fell into deep sorrow. Then my sister came to comfort me, saying he was gone and that I needed to forget him and move on. Her constant presence helped me slowly heal from my grief. When I grew older, I decided to leave my hometown and pursue my dreams in the big city. That's when I discovered I had a talent for writing. I wrote tirelessly, creating one best-selling novel after another. Meanwhile, my sister back home had a child. I occasionally visited her, thinking she was living a carefree life. But then, one day, something unexpected happened. My nephew was bathing in the sink, and his body started sinking. But my sister just froze in place. Luckily, I acted quickly and saved him. My sister said she had postpartum depression, was always tired, and wanted a change of life. I couldn't bear to see her so worn out, so I asked her what I could do for her. She suddenly became serious, handed me the child, and said,
"I'll be here for a while. Go back to LA. You stay here with Jack and Patty."
Looking into my sister's pleading eyes, I agreed. We promised to swap lives for 1 year and switch back on my next birthday. So we began living each other's lives, and everything went so smoothly. We fooled everyone. But a year later, when I returned to the city, I realized something was terribly wrong. My boss was promoting a sequel to my book, pressuring me to submit it, even though I had never agreed to write a sequel. It must have been my sister's doing. Besides interfering with my work, she had installed surveillance cameras in my house, spying on my privacy. Even when I went to see a therapist, she bombarded me with calls.
"You don't need a psychiatrist, Gina. You have me."
It was terrifying. My sister wanted to control me. I decided to end the swap as soon as possible and told her I wanted to stop. She begged me repeatedly, saying she just needed one last swap. She even used the child to guilt trip me. I couldn't refuse her, so I agreed, but only for one last time. But fate seemed to be playing a cruel joke. When I returned to my hometown again, I saw a familiar face. Wasn't that Jesse? I chased after him, wanting to know how he was doing, but he clearly mistook me for my sister. After talking for only a few moments, he suddenly became aggressive.
"I left to protect Gina like you said. You came to me, said the cops thought it was me and Gina, and then I needed to leave town to deflect attention."
It turned out to be my sister's plan all along. Jesse stormed off, and I quickly ran after him.
Do you remember when you were 16 when we first kissed?
No, never kissed.
Really? Gina.
It turned out, we had both been deceived by my sister. She was the one who set the church on fire, lied to both of us, and deliberately kept us apart. After years apart, I reconnected with Alan. He told me that my sister had a strong need for control over me, and that I had to break free from her. We decided to elope. I pretended to disappear, hoping my sister would return to the hometown. But it seemed my sister had sensed my plan. She stole my passport and took my money. I threatened her with a USB drive, thinking she would let me go. But when I returned home, I found Jesse lying on the floor, covered in blood. I quickly lifted him into the car. With his last strength, Jesse told me the killer was my sister.
You have to get away from her, no matter what she says.
I cried in despair. I burned the car, said goodbye to my true love. Now, I must make my sister pay the price.